Hello viewers, you're welcome to this tutorial. So in this session we want to learn how to write to a file and how to append to a file. Okay, so these are the two things we are learning right now. So the big question is, should we always use CSV when reading, writing and all forms? I would say no, because I only use CSV to read. Okay, CSV is so reliable when you're reading from a file, but if you want to write and append to a file, you kind of face space problems within CSV. So I recommend using CSV to read from a file. So just check something out. So if you want to write to a file using CSV, see what happens. Before that, let me teach you a reliable way of declaring these variables. So instead of having write and you want to have access mode, maybe when I began program, this was what I was doing: access mode read, and I have access mode write. Okay, so I declare so many variables just for each and every one of them, and I have write. No, but it's not reliable. You see, if you watch most of my tutorial, I just speak about not having so much variables for having sake. Use the best method to do them. So instead of declaring variables for all of them, you can use a list, making your job simple. So I have first value in the list to read, second value in the list to write, third value in the list to append. It makes it simple. So I know this is index 0, index 1, index 2, or this is index 0, index 1, and this is index -1. These are the only three values I have within my list, so I will actually remember them. Okay, so arrange them as you want. You can bring write first, append second, and read last, no problem. So remember, if you change it to a list, then anytime you are calling the access mode, use an index. So index 0, index 1, or index 2. So we are dealing with write, so index 1. Okay, so this is interesting. If you are just comfortable with the list tutorial you watched, just use it in this place. It will really help you. Just declare one access mode and you have your list in between. Okay, so this is what we have to do. So let's learn how to write with CSV. So we do the writer. Okay, check CSV. Instead of the reader, we change it to writer. Okay, because we are writing, the access mode is write, not read. So just change this to writer, and after changing it to writer, we have to clean all this. We are not reading anymore. So we say my file dot write row, and Python it's not, there's no intelligence telling us, oh, write role is actually working. Okay, we have to type it ourselves, and we go like hello. So if you run this code, look at what happens to our hello. Alright, if I run this code, see, each and every value is considered as a list and they are separated as a list. Alright, so we already know CSV works as a list, so we just have to put it within a list, say hello, and maybe if we have other values, we say hi, and we kind of run the code, which will seem work. It will seem to work because it will work. Okay, check it out, it works perfectly. Alright, so as we are done, what if we want to print several things? Okay, and if I bring mine and I run this code, so want to run several lines, this is where the problem actually comes in, and we have this stuff. It leaves spaces, and the main reason we use CSV has been defeated, because we brought CSV in the previous tutorial to deal with the spaces, and it also deals with every value as a list. Okay, but in writing and appending, I wouldn't recommend using CSV. Use Python's built-in, okay, just to be doing those jobs. Don't import CSV to do this job. Alright, so let's jump to how we can use Python's default to do the job. So this is what we actually have. We have my file. Unlike the read, where we went to say my file.read, okay, unlike the read, with the write is actually different. If you want to write multiple things, go straight to the point. Don't redeclare the variable and say my file.read. No, just go straight and say my file.write, okay, and put in the value you want to write, hello, okay, and just run the code. So if you run the code, we come back to our file here, and this is what we have. Alright, it prints it in, and you realize everything is off. So this is what the write does. The write cleanses everything. Is it cleanses? The write removes everything. Either cleanses or remove. It takes away everything and replaces it with what you want to write. So if I have multiple things to write, the same thing, just be duplicating them and put them in, and I have several hellos. Maybe this is hi. Okay, if I run the code and I check through what I have to check, now hello, hi, but there is one thing, it puts them on the same line. So I'll just teach you how to bring it to the next line. It is simple bringing it to the next line rather than handling the spaces within CSV. So this is kind of simple, bringing it to the next line. Okay, so if you just want to bring it to the next line, all you need is a /n. That's all. Okay, /n. Alright, so if you bring another /n here, as many as you want to input, okay, just bring /n. But there is one problem with this. If I run the code, it leaves space at the first part. So this is not what I want to achieve. I just want to be leaving spaces in between them to be kind of bring it to the next line like this. But make sure you position your /n at the right point. Okay, so I brought a /n at the beginning, that's why I left space before bringing a hello. So just bring your /n at the latter point. All right, so /n, just be bringing it at the latter point. So after displaying my hello, leave one space. Then after leaving one space, bring hi. After bringing hi, leave another space for whosoever will come next after me. Okay, so that is how it works. So if I check this code, that's it. Hello, hi, it leaves one space. Okay, so this is more reliable. So coding is more logical than just writing the code. Let's analyze before we put in the code. All right, so after this, what else do we want to do? If I rerun this code and open my file, this is what a read does. It cleans all things. Okay, so it doesn't append. So if we want to append, what will we do? If we want to append, continue with what we already have within the file, then we use index -1 or index 2. All right, so if you don't really know what I mean by -1, accessing the last digit of a file or a list is -1. All right, so or you can check my list tutorial, or we can simply say 2 works perfectly. So if I'm appending right now, and the syntax for append is the same thing. Okay, you don't need to say .append. So write works for both write and append, but read is what changes. So I've run the code already. I go into my file, and there's it continues with it. Okay, so I had hello and hi, it has added hello and a hi. So the more I print it, it will be adding. So if you have an existing file, you want to add more stuff to it, use append. If you want to overwrite all of them, then use write. Okay, I was about to say use hello and hi. Just use write to do your job. So this is the basic thing you just need to know when it comes to reading, writing, and more interestingly, how to put all of them within one big list, so you kind of work with them on what you want to do. So just this, how to write to a file and without using CSV. So if you're not using CSV, just clean it off. So use CSV kind of for what you need. Watch the next tutorial to be more detailed on stuff I want you to know personally. So subscribe to the channel if you have not. Like the videos if they're informative for you, and make sure you leave a comment right down below if you have any problems or any queries, and also hit the bell for more updates. Thank you for viewing.